Hey guys, hope you're having a brilliant day. Hope everything is well. I just wanted to give a quick run through on why I managed to take gold longs and also why I took gold shorts as well in the space of a few days. And I managed to collect about a good 22R overall because one of the trades I managed on the longs, I managed to take a 15-minute entry, and I also took another 15-minute entry for the 5R I collected. I should have probably held for a lot more, to be honest with you, but I just wanted to secure my profits and manage to just take what the market gives me. And let me give you a quick rundown on why I wanted to take some longs on gold. And as you can see, I looked at a monthly, and as you can see, order flow is actually it was relatively bullish. For example, we're disregarding the previous month, it is relatively bullish because as you can see, the previous month's running up to prices up until the point it came to this supply zone of this last bullish candle, which pushed price lower, this monthly bearish OB. And what I was looking for in price was the fact that, as you can see on a weekly, we managed to not only maintain its price structure, creating higher highs, a pullback, create another higher high. As you can see, we managed to break structure in a weekly and close above this specific level of 1298.60. So 1298.60, price managed to close above that significant level, creating a higher high, confirming a breaking market structure. Price wants to go higher, but market makers need a retracement point for them to be able to push price higher. So shaking out those who want to buy too quickly. So as you can see, this last bearish candle pushed price higher. Price managed to dip into this block, came into EQ 50% of this particular block, managed to sweep the previous week's low. And so the low got raided on 129022. So as you can see, that level got raided completely and created a swing high fractal towards the upside. And my targets was this last bullish candle which pushed price lower. So this was actually my upside target. So as you can see on a daily, price managed to accumulate around this particular demand zone. So price managed to accumulate above that zone. So price managed to create an expansion towards the upside. So what I waited for was the fact that I wanted price to break above this specific level, retested it. I missed my first entry. And so what I waited for was a similar play once again, because as you can see, order flow on a daily is bullish. As you can see, price managed to create a higher high, managed to create a pullback, a retracement, price created a higher low, and then managed to create a higher high, managed to create a higher low. So it's just expecting price to continue its move to the upside until the next point of resistance. So as you can see, price managed to break structure above this high. It managed to close above this particular level. So this liquidity high, price managed to close above of 1311.3. Price managed to break above that level. As you can see, it came into this particular daily block. So last bearish candle pushed price higher. My upside target when I was looking for longs was this specific level over here. And I was going to sell into that, and I sold into that anyway. But yeah, we'll get to that in a moment. As you can see, price managed to close above the significant high of 1311.3. So price managed to close above that level. This is the last bullish candle which pushed price lower. This last bearish candle which pushed price higher. So I placed I was looking for price to come back into this 4-hour block. So I wanted price to come into this demand zone. And as you can see, price is maintaining its higher highs and higher lows. This is where it's easier to be able to view it. So I'm just using this channel just for me to be able to clarify this in the most simplest of forms. So price managed to find a high, create a higher high right before the higher low. This 4-hour block would have been considered as my invalidation level. So I managed to come into this specific level, and what I did was, this was the last bearish candle which pushed price higher. So I didn't buy straight off that specific block. I wanted price to be able to give me an entry. So what I did was, I managed to, as soon as price managed to come off that specific level, I bought straight off this 15-minute breaker above just at this specific level there. So as you can see, I actually showed this to my followers on Instagram, so you can be able to check that out. So it's about 10 pip stop loss. So it's about a good 200. I'll go a good 200 pips. So it's about 20R. I managed to cut around, for example, this once price managed to create the next higher high into my next resistance zone. And the reason why I cut at that specific level was because I was actually looking for shorts of that specific level. So that's why I was looking for price to be able to come within that significant level. So price came to EQ of the 4-hour block. I managed to find support of this last bearish candle, which pushed price higher on hourly. And then there was a 15-minute breaker entry, and I managed to hold price up until that particular point. As you can see, there was accumulation around this 15-minute breaker. But this 15-minute breaker is an hourly breaker. So that's when price managed to accumulate amongst that level. I should have added a position there, but the only thing was bugging me was this 4-hour block. So I was expecting, so what I did was I was kept on pushing my stop between each accumulation stage, and I managed to, for example, wait for price to be able to hit my targets. But let me run up now on the shorts I took on gold as well. So what I'm doing is I'm just giving you a brief rundown of how I managed to catch the shorts. As you can see, order flow actually is also bearish. Why? Because price managed to create that specific high. What I mean by that is, for example, is it came into this level of supply. This last bullish candle pushed price lower. Price managed to come into that significant high, create a swing high fractal. My breaking market structure occurred of this specific low as price managed to close below that level of 1236.5. This last bullish candle pushed price lower. This is the level of supply where I expected price to be able to find a key level of resistance. Managed to find EQ of that specific monthly block. Rated January's high. So January's high of 1326.30. Price managed to raid that specific level, create a single swing high fractal. My initial targets was January's low of where the next liquidity point in price would be. So 1276. I should probably held at least, but I was comfortable with my 100 pips, to be honest with you. 1276 is probably sweet level. So that's what I was expecting price to be able to go beyond. And also I marked out the monthly open of 1.1313. So 1.1313. So we managed to break below. Once we broke below the monthly open, it was game over for any person that was looking for longs. So as you can see of this specific level on the weekly, what did I see? Price managed to create a higher low, but we broke below this significant level. You see this liquidity low? Let me mark this out. So this liquidity low, yeah, of this last bullish of this level of 12977, price closed below that level, but that created a higher high. But as you can see, as I said previously, this is where I wanted to take my profit. Actually, let me mark it out now. It's weekly block. So this weekly level of supply, last bullish candle push price lower. So, and what happened? Price managed to raid the previous week's high of 1320.4 level. So price managed to raid that level, come into EQ of the weekly block, come into the daily. As you can see here, this is the last bullish candle which pushed price lower. Price managed to run up into that significant level, dipped into the block, and what occurred from there, as you can see, price is maintaining its bullish structure until this point of level of resistance. So as you can see, price came into this 4-hour block. Last bullish candle pushed price lower. I didn't sell straight into it, but I knew price was coming into Asia, so I was a little bit I didn't want to sell straight into EQ of the 4-hour block, so I waited for the hourly. So you see this level over here, there's this hourly block in there. Those are the ones that you get no drawdown. I missed that entry in particular, so what I did was I waited for a 15-minute breakdown. So as you can see, price managed to break below this liquidity low. So price managed to create a stop run, create its higher highs, accumulated above price, broke below the previous higher low. So what I was expecting for price was, as you can see, there was a stop run above this specific high. This last bearish candle pushed price higher. This is last bullish candle pushed price lower. So for me to take the whole thing into consideration, I sold straight into the 15-minute block. And my targets of price was, all I wanted a price to go to, because I entered off the 15-minute, was this significant level, this block. Was what I could have anticipated on price, was expecting for price to come into this 4-hour resistance level, support level, and expand to the upside because of bullish structure. So what I did was, for example, is managed to take profit in that level. I should have held, you know, but sometimes in price you don't really get to them levels, because look at the XAIG aggressive reaction straight off where I managed to take profit. So managed to use what, a 10 pip stop loss. It was about 9R, but I managed to go half risk in it, so I managed to only collect 5%. Because the reason why I rent 0.5%, not because I was scared of the markets, because I went against my plan in entering these type of pairs during Asia. I never enter during Asia when it comes to pairs relating with Aussie dollar, etc., etc. And it's one of those ones. And yeah, hopefully I'm expecting price to be able to give me something this week. Well, that's how I managed to catch gold. If I manage to hold, on the other hand, let me just check. This is where the psychology comes into it. Say with like a 10 pip stop loss, that would have been a good 40R or 30R. I'll be happy. I'll be incredibly happy with that. But my psychology wasn't going to let me do that, to be honest with you, because no matter what, you're always going to feel uncomfortable with being able to handle these type of waves in the market and these pullbacks. But I hope this video was insightful. I hope it was incredibly beneficial to you. I know it's a short, quick one, and I hope you guys found it incredibly beneficial. Sign up. Oh yeah, have a quick look at my Instagram page. Check out my content I'm constantly distributing on Story. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the weekly recap on gold. And if you have any questions, send me any DMs. If you require any type of help, just let me know. And if you want to join also the Y2K mentorship, then just hit me up with a DM and then we'll take it from there. But I hope you have a fantastic week in the market. Nothing but love. And I'm glad this video is beneficial to you.